Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, check the info box down below for my mixing courses on ProMix Academy and special discounts and offers on plugins. And there couldn't be a better video for you to check out how to become a MixbusTv member by clicking the join button down here, because for this video and the previous one, I will provide for members only the Pro Tools sessions from the first video, so the recording session, so you can compare the different stereo miking techniques on the guitar, how they sound different, the files with the different mic positions for the lead vocal, so you will have both. And of course, what we are looking at today, the Pro Tools mixing session with all the files, all the plugins, all my settings, everything, so you can try to mix the song yourself. The files and the Pro Tools sessions will be available only to members, and I will link them after this video is released on the YouTube community page to members only. So if you want to become a MixbusTv member, click the join button, see all the perks. Let's get to the video. Okay, so we have the mastering session, which is not that much, but it's still something that I felt like could do to this mix after the mix was done. I wasn't shooting for crazy loudness or anything like that, so that was, you will see, very conservative. But let's see what I have. First of all, let's hear the difference with and without all the processing that is in there.
You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful, that's what you are.
Okay, so it's really not that much of a difference, but there is some. The first one is an EQ. Let's bypass everything else. And again, the mix that you're hearing is with the slate shimmer higher, which I changed actually, but I didn't have the time to reprint the mix, so the high end is a little too much for my taste right now, but still, this is just an example for you guys to learn something. So 1 dB cut here around the 300 range area, which I still felt like it could be cleaned up a little bit.
You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star.
So if you have a good monitoring system, you will hear the difference. This is really little, is basically a little global de-essing with not even 1 dB, okay? It's 0.49 in shelf to add a little bit of that top end.
You're my sun, my moon.
Okay, it's to control that area most for the most part. And then one of my new favorite plugins. This is it's great for smashing drums with distortion and all that. It's like a crazy aggressive plugin. But they introduced the Mode 2 recently, which makes it a super subtle saturator. So subtle that if you use correctly, you can actually use it in mastering. So with and without.
You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful.
It's pretty cool, okay? In Mode 2 is, of course, the gain staging going in is a lot lower, so you have a lot more headroom than when you use it in Mode 1, which is basically the old Shure level lock distortion destruction device. They did a really good job here with this one, and of course the type, the higher you go with the number, the more distortion you have. So in this case, I used the type 1, the more subtle, but I really love what it does to the mix. Just add a little bit of everything, and it's pretty transparent as in frequency response. After that, dynamic multiband from Ozone.
You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful.
Is mostly for the mid band. The low band and the high band do what we've seen with the other processors. So fizziness, Hess's control, and low end control. We're talking about not even 1 dB here.
You're my sun.
Okay, especially here.
You're my sun.
so subtle. But the mid-band, the vocals, I felt like I could still massage it a little more.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful.
Okay, that's my idea of glue. And when things are controlled enough to glue together, but they are not feeling overcompressed, they're not necessarily colored. Okay, glue is not just color, it's dynamic control and movement. After that, Gullfoss EQ, we've seen the review of this one, used just a little bit of brighten at 8 and recover at 14, and it clears up things very well.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful.
It kind of at the same time clears up the guitar and the vocals at the same time. Being a dynamic processor, it kind of moves the two in a way that they're somehow more clear, the both of them, instead of sacrificing one to the other. So it's really used like lightly, and I mean, you heard the difference with all of them. It's so small. After that, one of my favorite, Talk Your Own Lab. And in this one I use a little bit of compression, and with this one I use 3 modules. I use the compressor in alpha mode.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding.
In really mastering style compression, like 1.2 ratio, a fraction of a dB of gain reduction on peaks, and then the clipper.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon.
And then the peak limiter in multiband, so I could ease the work of what comes after, which is the wide band limiter, ozone. But in here again, I'm doing 1 point something dB of peak limiting.
Dream, you're my sun.
Without.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding star.
Okay, it's pretty transparent. What you can hear is probably just the compressor, even if it's half dB. It kind of helps the guitar not poking out too wildly in between words, and I like that. And then the last one is simple ozone advanced maximizer in balance mode, and I'm doing nothing of actual limiting.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding star.
I think I've seen minus 0.4, so not even half dB of actual peak limiting. Is completely transparent, and that's pretty much it. I use tonal balance here to check out my levels in folk algorithm.
Dream, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding star.
Okay, I was actually happy. Like I said, I ended up in the mix lowering the high end, which even here is a little higher. Although this is just a tool that depends what genre you select. It will give you completely different response, but I'm familiar with it. I analyzed several tracks with it, so I know I could trust it. And like I said, I ended up lowering the high end a little bit with that Slate plugin. But this is it for this video, so I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like. If you have any question, leave it in the comment down below. And remember, MixbusTv members will have all 3 Pro Tools sessions with the raw files. I will link them as all the members only content in the YouTube community page. Those posts are visible only to members, of course. If you want to become one, click the join button, take a look at what it's all about. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.